Yep, you can hear me. Cool. All righty now. Good morning, afternoon, or nighty night time, whenever or however you're watching this. Hey, everyone, it's me, Kiki. It's Wednesday, September 15th, 2021. September 15th. It is officially the middle of September, which is so crazy. So happy Wednesday, happy middle of the week to each and every one of you. And we will start off today's classic rock news with the Rolling Stones. Now, Charlie Watts, late drummer for the Stones, passed away on August 24th. He was with the band for 58 years. That is a very long time. So the guys all obviously had a very big bond with each other. Charlie played on all of the Stones albums, and he has the honor of being one of the greatest drummers of all time. Now, sadly, though, the Stones could not attend Charlie's funeral, which was held last week in Devon, England. The Stones are here in the U.S. on tour. It was being questioned if they would continue without Charlie, and yes, they are continuing. Steve Jordan is sitting in Charlie's seat, which has to be really strange for the guys, but the show must go on because honestly, how much longer will the show actually go on for the Stones? I have to remember to look in that little white dot. So it looks like I'm looking at you instead of looking at myself. So I'm going to look there. Just a process. Yeah. Now, Mick Jagger is 78 years old. Ronnie Wood is 74 and Keith Richards is 78. So realistically, how much longer can the Rolling Stones physically tour? And honestly, how much longer do they want to tour? Touring's a lot. Nonstop traveling, that is a lot. And when do you really just wake up one day and say, you know what? Enough is enough. With over 18 million followers on Facebook and over 2 million subscribers on YouTube, to me, it feels like it should really be the other way around. They should have 18 gazillion million followers on YouTube and less on Facebook, but that's just the way it is. And really, they would make a ton more money if they had a lot more subscribers on YouTube. I mean, really, almost 2.5 million. That's a lot of subscribers, but they're the Rolling Stones, for crying out loud. They should have never-ending millions of subscribers. But the point is they have tons of followers, so we know that their music will live on forever, but the touring just has to be tough. Now, they could not attend Charlie's funeral due to restrictions in the UK, which is very, very sad. Hopefully, they will meet up with Charlie's family at a later date to share some great memories of their friend that they have been with for, almost 60 years? Crazy. Go take a sip of my coffee. And yes, my coffee, again, for those of you who do not know, I make my own coffee the night before. I let it sit and settle and turn into mud in the coffee pot. And then I add some 2% milk along with some, yesterday I said it was just pumpkin creamer, but it's pumpkin spice something from International Coffee. And let me tell you, that pumpkin spice whatever creamer, this is not sponsored by International Coffee, but it is really good. I must tell you, run out and get it before it goes bye-bye, because I'm thinking really soon they're going to start bringing out like the peppermint whatever creamer, because they have Halloween stuff out now, fall stuff out now. Christmas is right around the corner, which is unbelievable to me. Moving on to more classic rock news, or rock news, I should say, or music news, because this really is not classic rock or neither. Anyway, the MTV Music Awards, they were on Sunday night, and I really had no idea who most of the people were on there. However, I did recognize Machine Gun Kelly only because he is dating Megan Fox. And I personally only know Megan Fox because she was married to Brian Austin Green, who was David on Beverly Hills 90210. How many of you watched that show? Like I loved Beverly Hills 90210. So that's how I know Megan Fox. She was married to him for like 10 years, but now she's dating Machine Gun Kelly, right? Crazy. Then a video went viral from the MTV Music Awards when Conor McGregor, I don't know him, but apparently he's a really big MMA fighter. I did have to look him up. I've seen him around. Like after I looked him up, I'm like, oh yeah, I've seen him. But what happened was he asked Machine Gun Kelly's camp, his team, if he could take a picture with the machine himself. And they said no. So Connor got really angry. And I would just first of all say to Machine Gun Kelly's camp, like that is not nice. I would not say no because Machine Gun Kelly apparently went to one of Connor's fights. So what? Just let him take a photo. He just wanted a little opportunity to say hello in person, get a little picture. So I guess Connor had a cane. He was walking with a cane. He doesn't need the cane, apparently. He's a fighter. He's very strong. And I guess he threw the cane at Machine Gun Kelly. It was, you got to watch these videos they have out there. It's kind of crazy. This is like an award show. We're supposed to be acting properly here. It didn't happen. As for MG's girlfriend, Megan Fox, again, she was married to Brian Austin Green, David Silver of Beverly Hills 90210. He was so cute. Well, she had on a naked dress. That's what they call it because you could see right through it. You could see everything except for the toots and the hoot because she wouldn't be able to get away with that. That is, it's on television and it would have been blurbed out. Or she had like a mosaic all over those areas. So she didn't. She just covered them up underneath the dress. Otherwise, she was completely bare under there. And Kourtney Kardashian, she was also in focus as she attended the award ceremony with her boyfriend, Travis Barker. He's with Blink-182. He survived a plane crash. He has his own clothing company. And he is known as one of the top 100 drummers of all time. So he's done a lot. He really has. They were all at the award show, and I guess all four of them are friends. But in the classic rock note, David Lee Roth was also at the MTV Music Awards. And we know David's a little bit odd. I mean, God love him. He was the front man for Van Halen for how long? Who cares? The guy was a great showman, right? But while on the red carpet, Dave talked a bit about Eddie Van Halen, saying, and I quote, this is what David said, "My guitarist passed away. He's either in heaven or raised in hell, or he's in hell, consequently in heaven. Read into that as you wish, and he would have me say it just like that. And I carry on that spirit deliberately." That is from David Lee Roth, not me, because I could have never thought of that to say it. Just a side note, Charlie Watts punched Mick Jagger in the face one time because Mick called Charlie his drummer. So Dave says things, he just says them, and sometimes we don't know why he says them. And why should we question David Lee Roth? We can't, because he will not answer. Dave said that he will be going to Vegas on New Year's. And if he is performing, we just don't know where that will be. And if you're looking for him and you happen to be in Vegas on New Year's, David Lee Roth will be there as well. Now we get into Donny Osmond. Like, is he not? He's still so cute. 63 years old. Look at that guy. He's adorable. He's absolutely adorbs. Now, I had no idea. That's why I'm putting the story together. I'm like, this is just crazy. And we all had no idea because he didn't make it public, but he was almost completely paralyzed back in 2019. He just came out and spoke about all of this. Now, my husband and I were lucky enough to see Donny and Marie in Vegas. And I say the greatest place, if you're going to see Donny and Marie, well, you can't now because they're not performing together right now. But if you had to see Donny and Marie, you'd have to see them in Vegas. Now, their show was absolutely incredible. I believe that when we saw them, they were about 17, give or take a few shows away for ending their Las Vegas residency. And Donny can dance. He really can. Both him and Marie. The show they put on was so amazing. Tons of work went into it, but Near the end of that Vegas residency, Donny revealed that during their last performance, their very last performance, which is so ironic, he couldn't feel his arms and his legs, but he finished that show anyway. And who can do that? Donny Osmond. That's who can do that. He found out that his spine had shifted from a show he did all the way back in 2009. He went on to have neck and back surgery, which was public. He did make all of that known. And when he thought he was on the mend from those surgeries, he got an infection and had to use a walking frame, thinking he could possibly never walk again. How scary was that for him, especially since his career has been all about performing and being on the stage? With the help of his wife, Debbie, and family and friends, and his own determination, he made himself strong and healthy again. Now, he is doing his first ever solo residency at Harrah's in Vegas. He says, of course, he misses Marie. And come on, Donny and Marie, they just are a fantastic combo. How long will Donny stay solo? Not saying, but Marie with Donny, come on. And I just have to share with you, I'm going to share it with you. I don't know how it will come out, putting this up to the camera, but this is one of my prized possessions. This is myself, Donny Osmond, when we saw them in Vegas. Like, can you see? I hope you can see. Dorbs, like absolutely, just so cute. And then he was talking to me. There's one of him talking to me. I don't know if you can see it. Just figured I'd share my little family photo album. And then here's one. Here's one. Now, can I just tell you? Look at the little black ring of vaudevillian around the photo. I hope, can you see that? Anyway, if I could just hang out with Marie, I would totally do that. She is Donny's cool too. Really nice. I'm just pulling hair off it's falling out of my head. I absolutely love both of them, but Marie, girl, love her. I just love her. She is so sweet and so down to earth. I could go have a pizza with Marie Osmond. I could just probably I would eat a sandwich, and I really don't eat sandwiches, but I would eat a sandwich with Marie Osmond. I would do that because she is so sweet. She's a genuinely beautiful and nice person. Anyway, motivation for this Wednesday. When you're down in the dumps, right? Just be like Donny Osmond. Pick your butt up and make it happen, because he did. Again, this is all coming out now about Donny Osmond almost being paralyzed. And he said with his own personal inner strength, he got himself well again. Of course, he had tons of support around him as well. But it's all what we make of our day, of our life, and of our everything. It all has to come from within. We have to want it. And I know that you want it, because you're all just amazingly great. And all I got to say is make it happen. We all got this. We do. We do. We just have to believe that. Remember to stay positive, stay strong, and most importantly, guys, at the end of the day, pull out your music and keep rocking. Have an amazing day, everyone. Happy Wednesday to you.